Commander Vance died. Audio log 1427. Station Sector Gamma. ... Static crackle. Distant, rhythmic thudding. A wet scrape on metal. We're in the evidence locker. Floor slick. Blood. Old. Coppery. ... Stale air thick with rot. Flickering. Fluorescence. One's dead. Another's flickering like a dying bulb. Sound of rapid breathing. A suppressed grunt. Zombie. Moving. What? Too fast. Down the hall. Heard it drag its legs. Scrape. Dot. Like broken glass on concrete. Sharp intake of breath. A muffled shout. Cover me. Followed by a wet thud. We lost Chen. Took a bite to the neck. Not fast enough. Sound of a heavy door slamming shut, then frantic shuffling. Corridors a maze of broken desks. Glass everywhere. Smells like piss and decay. Humming from the vent's wrong frequency. Like a dying machine. Sound of a low, guttural hiss. Then a sharp, wet hiss close by. Liquor dot. Behind the filing cabinets. I saw its tongue. Long. Wet. Dotty. Hiss. Sound of rapid gunfire. Then a guttural roar. Killed it. But not before it got Garcia. Took her leg. She's screaming. Sound of a heavy object crashing. A choked sob. We're pinned. Doors jammed. Can't get back to the main hall. That's the only way out. Sound of distant, distorted siren wailing. Extraction's supposed to be here by 14:30. It's 14:28. Sound of a radio crackle, then a distorted voice. Alpha team, status? From the basement. Basement? The vents? No. No. The basement's sealed. We sealed it. Sound of a heavy, wet thud against the door. Then another. And another. Not zombies. Too heavy. Too wet. Sound of Miller's gun firing. Then a sharp cry. Miller's down. Shot. Lee. I think. Can't see. The light's dying. Sound of a slow, deliberate scrape. Like claws dragging across the floor. They're at the door. Scratch. Date. Two. Scratch. Sound of Vance's voice. Low. Strained. Miller, can you hear me? Silence. Then a weak whisper. Safe. Code 729 T4. Sound of a loud metallic clang as the door shutters. Safe. What safe? No time. Sound of a frantic, rapid typing on a keyboard. Then a loud click. Got it. The safe. The evidence safe. It's a dead end. But it's the only thing that might buy us time. Sound of a heavy, wet thud against the door. The door groans. They're breaking through. Sound of Vance's voice, tight, almost whispering. Miller's code. 729. Nouns. T4. But that's the safe. The real safe. Not the evidence locker. The other safe. The one with the generator override. Sound of a door creaking open slightly. Then a sharp, wet hiss. Sound of Vance shouting, "Move! Now! To the safe!" Sound of shuffling feet, dragging, heavy breathing. Sound of a low, guttural growl from the door. Sound of a heavy, wet thud on the door. Then silence. Then a hiss. Sound of a radio crackle. Extraction team, en route. ATA, 3 minutes. Hold position. Sound of Vance's voice. Ragged, almost broken. 3 minutes. We're not getting out of this. Sound of a low, wet scrape from the door. Sound of a heavy, wet thud against the door. The door buckles inward. Sound of Vance's voice. Sharp, urgent. The safe. Miller's code. 729. T4. Now. Sound of a rapid, frantic typing again. Then a loud, metallic clang. Sound of a deep, resonant hum from the floor. The lights flicker violently. Then stabilize. Sound of a low, guttural roar from the door. Sound of Vance's voice. Barely audible. It's working. The generator's back online. The lights. They're stable. Sound of heavy, wet scraping on the floor. Closer now. Sound of a radio crackle. Extraction team approaching. Hold tight. Sound of Vance's voice. Strained but clearer. They're coming. The chopper. It's here. Sound a loud wet hiss, followed by a sharp wet thud. Sound of Vance's voice. Hoarse. Miller's code. 729. Data. Abundance. J29. T4. It worked. Sound of a heavy, wet thud on the door. Then silence. Sound of a distant helicopter rotors. Sound of Vance's voice. Quiet, almost to himself. We're not dead. Sound of a heavy, wet scraping from the door. Then a low, guttural hiss. Sound of Vance's voice. Steady now. Extraction. Now. Now. Wait. Sound of the helicopter rotors growing louder. Then a faint, distant siren. Sound of Vance's voice. Final quiet. If we're still alive when the chopper lands, we might make it. Sound